fine. Okay, Overwatch 2 Season 13 tier list. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay. D.Va, I'd say A tier. She's not the best tank, but she's pretty solid. She does like everything pretty well. It's just like if they have Orisa or like something that doesn't die before you, it's just kind of aids. But she's good on like Gibraltar and all those maps where you have to like stuff high ground. If the enemy DPS is being impressive, she's always a pretty good pick. Ryan is, I think, honestly an A tier right now. Like, he's actually so solid. Like, he just doesn't die. He has so much HP, and since they nerfed Ram, there's not really a counterplay to him. There's only Orisa, and even then, it still feels very meh. Ball is like, let me. This is F, and then this is Moy Retard. Okay. Ball is only good in situations where they don't go Sombra or Cass and don't have hands. Sigma's good. Sigma's like a B or A. He's like, eh. He's good on the maps where he's good. He's S tier. And then there's maps where he's just really, really bad against Ryan and D.Va. Monkey's also an A tier, I'd say. He's pretty solid. No specific order to these. I'd put Ryan very low, actually. I'll put it like high B, to be honest, looking back. Junker Queen is B tier as well. Queen is actually pretty good against Ryan, but there's just times where Queen's not even enough for it. So, is what it is. She's pretty solid on the rush maps, like fucking the new Junkertown map, that's not Junkertown. Like those kinds of flashpoint maps, she's pretty solid in. Where it's close quarters. Hog is unplayable. Do not play Hog, please. Doomfist is like C. He's meh. Can't do anything good. He can't do anything bad. Having him on your team is pretty hard to play with, considering, you know, everything with against Juno fucking Brig meta. So can't really get a kill with him either, unless you're really, really fucking good. Zarya is also C tier. Like, she's not the best. She's not the worst. She's really good against Queen. But even then, there's just better heroes than her. Ursa's S tier this season, which is really good. She just like lives for a long time, has a spear, does a bunch of burst damage. Ult is pretty good, makes space. The gold is insane. You know, it's Ursa, pretty fucking good. Sombra got shit on. The new fucking rework is complete dog shit. I would not play Sombra in the games. The only reason I'm not putting in F tier is because the EMP is still pretty solid, and like sometimes you can get a burst off if you get the hack and cube. But even then, why would you ever play Sombra when you can play Tracer or Genji? Cass is like S or A. If you have a Cass on your team, it's a pretty solid fucking DPS this season. You know, it's the best hit scan, I'd say. You know, there's Ashe for it too, but in terms of like generally, if you just pick Cass in every fucking game you play, you definitely climb. Junkrat is is a weird one. Let's just say this is a non-ethical pick. But if you do play Junkrat, he's not bad right now, just because he busts shields and like just can do a bunch of burst. And the new reworks to the maps make it where Junkrat is a little bit better. Especially like they have more narrow angles, and then sometimes they have like these places that are wide enough for you to like sneak around in and just fucking bomb people. So if people group up, Junk's always a good pick. Genji is unironically, I'd say A or high B. I would go with A just because from what I've seen from Genji's pretty solid. It's not like a insane value hero, but he's just really good at baiting cooldowns and just trying to live against Juno Brig. And just like Juno ult and Blade is pretty solid combo, and Blade draws out Rally or Juno ult, so every time you Blade, you're always getting value. Just because you're getting a better ultimate out of the enemy team. Soldier is Moy Retard tier. Please do not play Soldier. There's nothing good. Movement is meh. Really shit, actually. Damage is really shit, doesn't do anything, can't do anything against Orisa, does absolutely nothing. Please don't play Soldier. Sim is okay. Like low B, high C. Like it's very situational. But if you're playing Ryan and Sim, it's pretty solid. I'd move her up. If you're playing Sim with Orisa or against Orisa or against D.Va, it's really good. Sim is really good because of the tanks you're playing against this season are really, like, these are the good tanks. And Sim is really good against these tanks, so Sim is, like, not a bad option for, like, the close quarters maps. Or, like, maps where you think the enemy tank is getting more value, just go Sim and just run it down. Hanzo's not bad. Like, I put high C, low B. I'd go low B with Hanzo. It just busts shields. Bust shields, bust people's fucking HP. The one shot's back now, so that's really solid. Just get a pick and win the fight sometimes. Not much else to say. You have walls, your ultimate's pretty solid. Ashe. So Ashe is like the next best hit scan next to Cass, but it's the skill, like the range is so big. Like I'd put her like mid B tier. Like maps where Ashe is good, Cass is like worse than her, but like maps where you can play Cass, which is like the medium range maps, you always want to go with Cass first before you consider an Ashe pick. Sometimes Bob isn't enough to carry your fucking games, because we all know Bob is the best fucking like teammate. So you know, if you can't rely on the Cass picks and you want to go Ashe for that extra dynamite damage and some Bob action, because you don't have a tank, might have to make your own. Go with the next best option. Bastion's like the, I don't know how to explain this. Bastion's solid just because of the amount of damage he does to tanks, right? So like he's like low-key kind of good, but like on the very low-key side. So every time I fucking go Bastion against the enemy team, it like throws them off, because Bastion hasn't been good for a good like few seasons now. And you just burst our tank down, and this game is all reliant on tanks. The more you help your tank, the more you win. You just fucking go Bastion until they've hard counter you, then you want to swap. But till then, Bastion's like not bad. Like I wouldn't mind having a Bastion on my team. Tracer's Tracer's S tier just because there's no better hero than her. Like I don't know how else to explain it. You have Pulse Bomb, you harass the back line. It's like pretty solid against Brick Juno. You bait ults out, you bait cooldowns out, like she just lives, Orisa lives, like Cass lives. The whole theme of this is just living. That's the whole meta, at least in Season 13. Hopefully changes things around for the next patch and people are easier to kill and the game is more fun. Until now, this is the game. Sojourn got a buff, it's not the best. I still wouldn't play her, just because she doesn't feel that good anyway. I don't know if the buff was the right direction to go with her, just because more energy doesn't really translate into more kills or anything. You're just maybe getting your rail faster, and the rail does no damage, so she's not really good. Like literally, Torb is a better hero than her, so I'd say Torb is like high C. He's not bad. He lives. He doesn't do much against Virgino or like this comp, but like in ranked generally wise, like if you have a Torb, it's not that bad. It is what it is. The ult is pretty good. He has like 400 HP, but the longer you live, the more damage you do. You know, Torb Turd's not bad. It's always actually like a pretty high pressure fucking thing. Pharah is It's like mid B. I just haven't seen enough Pharah to place her, to be honest. I haven't even seen a good Pharah actually. I'd take that back. I'd put it next to Sojourn. Not enough time to know what anything about this hero right now. Mei is pretty solid right now. Like not A, I'd say high B. Like next to Ashe. Like, if you have Cass Mei, it's pretty solid. Reaper's pretty okay this season as well. I'd put it next to Junkrat. Like any of these DPS heroes are pretty good paired with Cass or Tracer or Genji. So as long as you got like any of these, you have a pretty solid chance of winning the game. Unless they have like better heroes. Widow is unironically the most suppressive hero and most non-suppressive hero. Since everything lives so much this meta, Widow's not bad to have to one-shot shit. but it just literally depends on you. Like, it depends on the person, whoever's playing Widow, and on the map, obviously. Like, if you can one-shot, it serves great value. If you can't hit your shot, it's just GG, but that's just Widow. Zen is unironically really good in ranked. Chat, this is a ranked tier list, not a fucking pro play tier list, so keep that in mind. Well, if you're against Brig Juno and you see you and Brig aren't getting value, or it's not enough, if you swapped to Zen and the Discord Orb is usually enough to turn fights, or your Trank is usually good enough to win your fights, or against Juno ult. So if you have Trank and they Juno ult, you can Trank the Juno ult if you need to, and then you can Juno ult afterwards if you wanted to do a hard push and just win. Or just live the Juno ult. It's equal trade sometimes, but even then they can burst you down in fucking Trank, so I wouldn't rely on it. But Zen's really solid. The damage he does just forces tank cooldowns. It'll help your tank a lot, helps your DPS a lot. It's really, really good. Kiriko's very mid. There's times where if you're playing against Ana, Kiriko is a pretty good pick just to get them off Ana, but Rush doesn't serve much of a purpose right now, just because once you rush and they Juno ult, your rush is completely negated. Your rush is just straight shit. And that's what makes it really good. The fucking invincibility is not enough either. Like, the second you take poke from Juno Orb or anything, you're forced to use a cooldown, and then once you use your Caesar, you're just dead. So she's not the greatest just because her mobility. There's a higher mobility hero that does more than her, and her ult is better, which is Juno. But Juno doesn't. Apparently, Juno's not in the fucking tier list, so I'll use someone else. I'll put Lucio. Guys, Lucio doesn't exist in this game anymore because Juno is better, so and does everything better. So this will be Juno. Moira's hard. You know, if you play Moira, you're just trying to lose. Please don't play Moira. It's a straight garbage hero. Does nothing for your team, even though if you press the scoreboard and you see that you have the highest damage in the game and the highest thing in the game, doesn't mean that you are carrying, so please do not play Moira. Baptiste, straight garbage this season. Even as a Batman, this hero is unplayable currently. Would not recommend. I just realized there's no Illari. Illari would go a little higher. Yeah, I put D tier, Illari. She's not really good either. Mercy, straight garbage. I'd put it in Moiratard level 2. Yeah, it's a Moiratard era. Juno, guys, this is Juno. Please keep that in mind. Is S tier. Not much to say. If you don't know why Juno is S tier, and I have to explain to you. Please reconsider what you're playing. Ana is like A, like low A. I don't mind it on my team. It's pretty good against the Juno Brig comp, but if you don't have Juno, it's kind of GG. If you play Ana, you're either not playing the Juno or Brig, and it depends which one, and it depends on the map, and it depends on the matchup, and if you're not living, you might have to swap Brig. So that's why Ana's low A, because you can still get value on Ana, and Nana's pretty solid ultimate, and her cooldowns are really good. And you can mitigate healing, which is what the Juno Brig comp does a lot of, and that's why she's good. This is the tier list. I wish I can add Illari image. Fuck this. Okay, whatever. Keep in mind this is Juno, please. That's it. That's the season 13 tier list. If you guys have questions, let me know. You can always fucking comment down your thoughts. So this is gonna be a YouTube video. And yeah.